Hello, guys. Thank you for joining me today. So, today we're going to be talking about the easiest annuals to start from seed. They are excellent. They're beautiful. They are easy flowers. They are flowers that if you cut some blooms off, they grow even more blooms, and they can go from spring all the way to fall, or from summer to fall. They are wonderful flowers to start. The first flower is a staple, and that is a zinnia. Zinnias are just wonderful flowers. They have some varieties that grow short. They have some varieties that grow tall. One of my favorite varieties is the queen lime variety. Now that one is like, it has some or a green in it, and it's just big heads like this, and they grow tall and fluffy, and they just do beautifully inside of the garden bed. And because these ones are tall, you always want to put tall flowers in the back, or if you just have a flower bed that you're doing, all wildflowers or cut flowers, zinnias are perfect. Another variety that I like is called Salmon Queen. The salmon color with the yellow center just stands out in the garden, and they go well with various shades of colors in your garden. The next plant that is easy to grow from seed are cosmos. Now, these plants are so beautiful in bouquets. Again, all you have to do is put a seed in the ground, following the seed packet, watering it until it pops out of the ground. Now, they grow big. Some of them are short. There are shorter varieties, and some of them are longer. So if you want a long stem to put inside of a container where you're making a beautiful flower arrangement, you can do that. Some of the ones that I notice and I have my eye on that I want to try to grow are double click rose, banyan. It is a long name, but it's beautiful. I also like the white pop socks. It just looks so dainty and pleasing to the eye. I would love this in like a moon garden situation. I also like the red stripe variety. It just looks like so much fun. Another one is a fun and cheery flower. We see them a lot during the summer and in the fall. They're called sunflowers. Now you would think, oh my gosh, this thing is gigantic. It must be so hard to grow, but no, it's easy. And there are tons of different colors. They are easy to start, and the seeds are large. You just put it in the ground, you water it, and then boom, they start growing. Now you do want to shield these away from the birds, because the birds will find it and yeah, you got a problem. But make sure, so long as you can let them grow up out of the ground, you'll be good to go. I like the Pro Cut white one. They're really, really pretty. The only thing is with this variety, it's just a one stem, one sunflower on a stem. And so you have to make sure you plant some every 2 weeks to get it. But if you plant like a few at a time, like maybe 10 at a time, you'll always have flowers throughout the season. And you want to start putting this in the ground after there is no danger of frost, like the cold weather is gone. You could put it in the ground. For us, it'll be around May, April, end of April, May, then I will start planting sunflower seeds. Another variety that I like is Chocolat, because instead of it just being yellow, it's like dark brown with some yellow edges. It's so beautiful, and it just makes a statement in the garden. I also like the Strawberry Blonde, like pink sunflowers. Why not? Why not? Why not? So pretty. It just throws it off, right? Like people will be wondering, like, what's that, right? And if it's in the middle of summer and you like pink flowers or purple or peach, just blending that with the rest of your garden, like the different flowers. If the sunflowers are in the back and it's tall, then you have your middle layer flowers and your next layer flowers, and that's a pink sunflower. Oh, another plant that is easy and wonderful and cheerful. Well, not as cheerful, but they do bring a smile to my face and many others. It's bachelor's button. They are not tall. Most of the time, they're a lot shorter. The ones that I've grown are a lot shorter, but they do have taller varieties as well. And their flower heads are like about 12 inches, maybe less, 6 inches, I'd say, of this round. And they're so pretty, like pom pom balls in the ground, popping up and just swaying in the wind. They're also beautiful for flower arrangements. So a mix that I like is tall mix. They also have something called tall blue. So I guess these ones are blue, taller. I haven't tried them yet, but I was looking at it and I'm like, I need that blue. Like you don't get a lot of blue flowers. Like you could get a blue lobelia, but if you can have a blue flower that lasts throughout the season, it just throws the rest of your colors off, right? But in a good way. The mauve one is a nice variety too. I just love the purple lavender look. Just can't go wrong with that. Bachelor's button like to reseed. So I've had bachelor buttons reseeding, meaning they come back up on their own the next year from the seeds that they dropped the year prior. And I've had them come back up for 3-4 years in a row without me planting. Now, if you don't like that, just make sure that you cut it off before it goes to the seed stage. But they're so easy to grow and they love most climates and they're so tough. They love the cold. I've had some with snow on top of it and they're just outside. Hello. Next one is calendula. I love calendula. They are reliable plants. They also self-seed and they will come up for you year after year. They also are they attract aphids very well so that it doesn't bug your other plants that you have going on. Like let's say you're growing broccoli or you're growing, you know, cabbage, and aphids love those plants. Well, put the plant calendula around those plants, and they will go for the calendula instead of your broccoli and all of that. And just let the calendula be beautiful but full of aphids. They'll be happy. Nothing's going to happen to those calendulas, but at least your food will be fine. One variety is called Zoelites. I really like that. They also have one called the Pacific Beauty Mix. It just looks like you put it all together and you strategically chose the colors and they just mesh very well together. And I also like the Sunset Buff because they are so reliable and easy. You kind of forget about them in the garden sometimes because it just comes up on its own. Like I've planted calendula in my garden maybe 4 years ago. And even though it's not a big patch, it just keeps coming back and it's reliable and it doesn't take over. It's easy to pull if you don't like it. So that is a great variety, a great plant to start from seed. White finch olea looks like a lacy plant. And I love how they grow in mounds. And also they are ones that you have to stay on top of instead, if you want a consistent blooms throughout the season. So just make sure that every 2 weeks you're planting more. You will have white finch olea from last frost. So let's say April, if you plant it out in April, it'll start growing and it will last you till the end of the season. They are cold hardy and they also enjoy the sun. So either way, and they're beautiful, white, fluffy. They are a great choice, easy to grow. So it made the list. The last thing I added here, number 7, is nasturtiums. Nasturtiums they are climbers. Most of them are climbers, but I really like the leaf, especially when when it rains and there's water inside of the leaf. It just looks so magical and whimsical in the garden. They prefer the cold. So spring or fall. In summer, when I plant nasturtiums, I do get blooms and they continue, but they slow down. But then they kick back up in the fall. So it's a great idea to have some, spring color ones that you like. Double gleam mix. That one looks very beautiful. Ladybird rose and Yeti. And so if you look at those varieties, there will be perfect colors for fall, like the red and the yellow and the orange. Those are fall staple colors. And then there are also beautiful varieties for spring. So if you could have different ones blooming at different times, that would be awesome. And they're easy to start. As soon as you plant them in the ground, you water it. Just be patient. It might take about 6, 7, 8 days for it to pop out the ground, sometimes longer, but they are coming. And when they start, they also self-seed, but not crazy. But when they start, they will just keep blooming for you. And then they will lull a little bit and you'll wonder, but then they will kick back in and fall. So those are the top 7 flowers that I would recommend you plant if you want something easy to maintain, easy to grow, and fuss-free. And most or all of these flowers, if you were to cut them back, they will grow right back for you. I'm going to start planting these as well as soon as the summer, as soon as the snow melts and the frost is starting to go. I'll start from the ones that like the cold and then work my way into the ones that prefer the heat after all danger of frost is gone. All right, guys, I will see you again in my next video. Let's see what the kids are doing. It's nice to see some of us are enjoying the snow. Since I saw they liked it, I put them to work cleaning up my arbs because the snow was just coming down for the past few days and they still got more to do, but they went back to playing right after cleaning the arbs. These kids are troopers. All right, I'm gonna relax in my house and let them have all the fun in the cold. I'm waiting for spring. All right, guys, don't forget those seeds. Take care. Bye.